Exodus chapter 3. And Moses has been feeding the flock of his father-in-law Jethro, priest of Midian, and he leads the flock behind the wilderness, and comes to the mountain of God, to Horeb. And the messenger of YHWH appears to him in a flame of fire, out of the midst of the bush. And he sees, and behold, the bush is burning with fire, and the bush is not consumed. And Moses says, Now I turn aside, and see this great appearance. Why is the bush not burned? And YHWH sees that he has turned aside to see. And God calls to him out of the midst of the bush, and says, Moses, Moses. And he says, Here I am. And he says, Do not come near here. Cast your shoes from off your feet, for the place on which you are standing is holy ground. He also says, I am the God of your father, God of Abraham, God of Isaac, and God of Jacob. And Moses hides his face, for he is afraid to look toward God. And YHWH says, I have certainly seen the affliction of my people who are in Egypt, and I have heard their cry because of its exactors, for I have known its pains, and I go down to deliver it out of the hand of the Egyptians, and to cause it to go up out of the land to a land good and broad, to a land flowing with milk and honey, to the place of the Canaanite and the Hittite and the Amorite and the Perizzite and the Hivite and the Jebusite. And now behold, the cry of the sons of Israel has come to me, and I have also seen the oppression with which the Egyptians are oppressing them. And now come, and I send you to Pharaoh, and bring out my people, the sons of Israel, from Egypt. And Moses says to God, Who am I, that I go to Pharaoh, and that I bring out the sons of Israel from Egypt? And he says, Because I am with you, and this is the sign that I have sent you. In your bringing out the people from Egypt, you serve God on this mountain. And Moses says to God, Behold, I am coming to the sons of Israel, and have said to them, The God of your fathers has sent me to you. And they have said to me, What is his name? What do I say to them? And God says to Moses, I am that which I am. He also says, Thus you say to the sons of Israel, I am has sent me to you. And God says again to Moses, Thus you say to the sons of Israel, YHWH, God of your fathers, God of Abraham, God of Isaac, and God of Jacob, has sent me to you. This is my name for all time, and this is my memorial to generation and generation. Go, and you have gathered the elderly of Israel, and have said to them, YHWH, God of your fathers, has appeared to me, God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, saying, I have certainly inspected you, and that which is done to you in Egypt. And I say that I bring you up out of the affliction of Egypt, to the land of the Canaanite and the Hittite, and the Amorite and the Perizzite, and the Hivite and the Jebusite, to a land flowing with milk and honey. And they have listened to your voice, and you have entered, you and the elderly of Israel, to the king of Egypt, and you have said to him, YHWH, God of the Hebrews, has met with us. And now, please, let us go on a journey of 3 days into the wilderness, and we sacrifice to our God YHWH. And I have known that the king of Egypt does not permit you to go, unless by a strong hand. And I have put forth my hand, and have struck Egypt with all my wonders which I do in its midst. And afterward he sends you away. And I have given the grace of this people in the eyes of the Egyptians. And it has come to pass, when you go, you do not go empty. And every woman has asked from her neighbor, and from her who is sojourning in her house, for vessels of silver, and vessels of gold, and garments. And you have put them on your sons and on your daughters, and have spoiled the Egyptians.